One nation, one election. The thought and its impact on India's Lok Sabha elections. The concept of one nation, one election has emerged as a significant proposal in the Indian political landscape. The idea revolves around synchronizing elections for the Lok Sabha, Parliament, and state assemblies across India, ensuring that both are held simultaneously. Proponents argue that this system would save resources, improve governance, and streamline the electoral process, while critics raise concerns over its feasibility and impact on federalism. This article explores the concept, its origins, benefits, challenges, and the larger impact it may have on Indian democracy. What is one nation, one election? The term one nation, one election refers to conducting elections for the Lok Sabha and all state assemblies simultaneously, either on the same day or within a specified time frame. Currently, elections in India occur at different times due to the varying terms of state assemblies and the Lok Sabha. This leads to frequent electoral cycles and the enforcement of the Model Code of Conduct (MCC), which disrupts governance. The idea is not entirely new. It was practiced in the early years of independent India, with simultaneous elections being held in 1952, 1957, 1962, and 1967. However, political instability in states and premature dissolutions of assemblies disrupted the cycle, leading to staggered elections. The thought behind one nation, one election. The thought behind this proposal stems from several challenges faced by the current electoral system: frequent elections and governance disruption. With elections being held almost every year, governance often takes a back seat. Frequent enforcement of the MCC halts developmental projects and decision-making processes. High cost of elections. Conducting elections is expensive. According to the Election Commission of India, ECI, the Lok Sabha elections alone cost thousands of crores. Add to this the expense of state assembly elections, and the financial burden becomes immense. Administrative and security concerns. The continuous election cycle requires heavy deployment of security forces, election personnel, and other resources. Simultaneous elections would reduce this load and improve efficiency. Focus on national development. Frequent elections often shift focus from governance to election campaigns, where populist schemes take precedence over long-term development goals. One nation, one election aims to bring stability and a development-oriented approach to governance. Voter fatigue. Repeated elections can lead to voter fatigue and reduced voter turnout over time. Holding simultaneous elections may encourage greater participation. Benefits of one nation, one election. Cost savings. Conducting elections together can significantly reduce the financial burden on the government, political parties, and candidates. Continuous governance. With the MCC being enforced less frequently, governments at the center and state can function without repeated disruptions. Better resource utilization. Simultaneous elections will minimize the administrative and logistical strain on election officials, security forces, and other resources. Strengthened democracy. A streamlined electoral process may foster voter participation and strengthen democratic participation. Reduced political polarization. Frequent elections often result in political rhetoric and communal divides. Simultaneous elections may reduce such polarizing campaigns. Challenges of implementing one nation, one election. While the proposal offers many benefits, implementing it is fraught with challenges. Constitutional amendments. Synchronizing elections would require significant amendments to the Constitution, particularly Articles 83, 85, 172, and 356, which deal with the duration and dissolution of Parliament and state assemblies. Federalism concerns. Critics argue that simultaneous elections could undermine the autonomy of states, as their governance cycles would be dictated by the national election calendar. Political consensus. Achieving consensus among all political parties is a major challenge. Smaller regional parties fear losing their voice in a system dominated by national parties. Premature dissolution of assemblies. If a state assembly is dissolved prematurely, it would disrupt the synchronized cycle. A solution needs to be devised for such situations, such as introducing president's rule or temporary governance arrangements. Logistical hurdles. Conducting elections across a country as vast and diverse as India, with over 900 million voters, is a colossal logistical task. Ensuring free and fair elections simultaneously would require immense preparation. Conclusion: a vision for the future. The One Nation, One Election proposal is undoubtedly a transformative idea that seeks to reshape India's electoral landscape. While the potential benefits in terms of cost savings, governance,